All right, man, peace. So now we're going to hear from Steph Curry and Draymond Green as they give their account on exactly what occurred in Game 1 of the 2018 NBA Finals and what were the pivotal moments. So, of course, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
Draymond, you missed some threes from the last series, and even this one, the first 3-point shots you put up, you missed them. What gave you the confidence to keep shooting? Because you finally got to sing the probably the two biggest threes of the game.
He's batshit crazy. That's why. That's why he kept taking them damn threes. Even though I think that was the first three that he made the entire playoffs. That one that he made middle of the fourth quarter. And of course, he made the one in overtime to seal it. But Draymond's batshit crazy. See, back in the day, they would have told a guy like him, Draymond, take about 2 dribbles in, just take a 19-foot jump shot. Stop trying to pull up for 3 just because they're leaving you open. But in this generation of the NBA, players are told that if you're wide open, you must take a 3-pointer.
Well, I know how much time I put in on my shot. I put a ton of time in and, just trying to stay confident. When I got guys like Steph who, after I missed the first one, he's like, listen, you're going to get that shot all night. Take it with confidence. Coach Kerr's been telling me the last couple of days, like, your shot going to fall. Just keep taking it with confidence. And even Zach.
Well, Kerr has to tell you that because if he tells you anything different, you're going to try to go back and forth with him like an angry chick. I mean, we all know about you guys' relationship. I mean, you and Steve Kerr are worse than Ike and Tina Turner.
And even Zaza came up to me before the game, like this whole pep talk about shooting the basketball. Like when you play with people like that, play for coaches like that, and they keep that confidence in you, it help you keep that confidence in yourself. And the big moment helps. You like to be in that moment, so I think that helps a little bit as well.
Chris standing on the left.
Chris Haynes, ESPN. Dre and Steph, I'm trying not get them both knocked out. Steph, can you elaborate on what happened down the stretch with you and LeBron? And Dre, could you follow with what led to the situation?
Now, before they answer, let's look at the inside-the-box statistics for both teams. As we could see, the Warriors definitely picked up their defense down the stretch of the game because for a large portion of the game, the Cavaliers were shooting almost 60% from the field. Once again, this was their game to steal. That's why LeBron is so frustrated, as he should be. As he should be.
To the situation with Tristan Thompson.
Just words exchanged on a good block and keep it moving on my end, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna be chatter. We got very familiar with each other over the last now 4 years, so I guess it's kind of part of the game. But at the end of the day, it's a bunch of nothing.
Janie up front.
What's this moment with Dre? Nothing.
Warriors got rebounded by 15 rebounds. That can't happen. That's the reason why the game was so competitive for so long. Rebounding is oftentimes just about heart and want to. And also about you not boxing out your man, as we could see with what happened at the end of regulation between Kevin Durant and just retarded Smith.
Go ahead.
Steph, Janie McCauley from Associated Press. What was your take on some of the turns of events down the stretch? The charge that was then changed, and then JR dribbling back after the rebound. It was a wild finish.
It was a crazy game. I think all game ones are just different in their own right because you're having to adjust to a certain style of play with a different team, but.
I agree. That's why LeBron is kicking himself right now because he knows Game 1 is oftentimes the game that teams steal. You remember back in 2001, Iverson was able to steal that Game 1 against the Lakers, which was probably the best playoff team that I've ever seen, along with last year's Warriors.
But the way it went down the wire, we were scrambling on that last missed free throw, trying to get the rebound. Saw JR running back towards half court. Kind of didn't know what was going on at the time because we were all trying to find a man in case they tried to get a shot up. But thankfully, time ran out so we could have new life in overtime. But
just thank God it was J.R. Smith with the ball because he's going to do something stupid.
The finals, man, anything's liable to happen, and all that matters is you get a win and turn the page to Game 2 and
Well, shit, in life, anything's liable to happen. Once again, just be happy that it was just retarded Smith that had the basketball. Because this dumbass probably caught the ball and said, oh, man, thank goodness, we up 1-0. Because we up by 7 points. Woo.
Just enjoy the moment.
Chris, your follow-up?
My follow-up, Chris Haynes, ESPN. Draymond. What's up, G? Could you please?
Yo, what's up with this dude, Chris Haynes, man? This guy is like the world's most annoying black reporter. Like, what's going on? Draymond, like I was asking you, can I borrow $5?
Please elaborate on what happened with that the verbal altercation, whatever you want to call it, with Tristan Thompson, please.
It wasn't really a verbal altercation. Wasn't much verbal. So yeah, nothing. Really don't know what you want from me, champ. It is what it is. Life goes on, you know.
He want that $5.
He got a flagrant 2 for the foul. We move forward, and get ready for the next game. It is what it is.
And I believe that flagrant's gonna be rescinded.
What it is.
Go ahead, next, Mark.
One for both of you. Draymond, Steve Kerr said that the win, in his opinion, because of the JR play, was lucky, in his words. He said it a couple of times. Do you agree with that assessment, that the win was lucky because of that?
Absolutely. I agree. They were fortunate to get that victory because they really had no business getting it. They were not in finals form. They played the first 3 quarters like it was a preseason game or a regular season game. Like they just figured they were going to roll the ball out, especially in the third quarter, and blow them away. And the fact of the matter is that you're facing a team with the best player in the NBA on it, even if that team is not necessarily on your level. You know that LeBron is playing for legacy. Every moment that dude is out there on the court, he's trying to break another record, eclipse another milestone. So they got to step it up. Very fortunate to win this game. The refs definitely helped them out in this one.
Sometimes you need a little luck. It's good to be lucky sometimes. So I'll take. I think when he got the rebound, he probably could have laid it up. But nonetheless,
Well, your boy KD said that he had the block lined up if he tried to do that.
Nonetheless, that's a part of the game. Being locked in, and you gotta know the score. That's just kind of bad.
Well, you would think that an NBA player would know the score, but once again, we're talking about just retarded. I don't even know if he knew that he was playing in the finals.
It's kind of basketball. Like, you gotta know if you're winning or losing or tied. So, like I said, we'll take it. And
Draymond said it's kind of basketball. You have to know if you're winning, losing, or tied. Yo, J.R. Smith is that dude that, y'all all chilling, your crew, and you always got that one dude's like, oh, man, I hope he don't do nothing stupid.
Sometimes it's good to be a little lucky. So, hey, Steve, cool. Here's what it is.
And Steph, is there any doubt in your mind that J.R. Smith, when he got that rebound and did what he did, thought that his team was ahead in the game? And why? Why?
Bet money LeBron probably came over to JR right after regulation and whispered in his ear, nigga, you the reason why I'm leaving Cleveland. Keep that in mind.
You have to ask him.
Well, the reason I ask you is because he was in there saying that I knew it was tied, and I was...
That nigga did not know that the game was tied. They even read his lips during that moment, and he stated that he thought they were winning. So JR is a fucking idiot.
So I'm just wondering, knowing it was tied, how would you...
I would say the man had a brain fart, but you actually have to have a brain and have your brain fart on you.
Now observe what you saw in that situation.
They're trying to bait you, Steph. Don't fall for the bait. Look, the reason why I get on JR so hard is because he used to be a member of the New York Knicks. I saw so many dumb things from J.R. Smith, so much dumb shit from him. Nothing surprised me with that guy.
I don't know.
I guess that further goes along with my theory. I thought he was looking for LeBron. I would have looked for LeBron too. Yes.
Next question.
That man wasn't looking for no damn LeBron. That man thought he was going to run the clock out. He's a jackass.
Next question towards the back.
Draymond, it's Jet Lu from the World Journal. LeBron James, right here. LeBron James played pretty good in the regular time, but he just got 2 points in overtime. What's key to the defense?
I think there was a lot of resistance, and not only some of the shots he really got it going there from 3 in that third quarter, but maybe the fourth quarter a little bit as well. But there was resistance that entire half, and so the easy buckets that he was getting in the first half, they weren't as easy in the second half, and that's over the course of time. You think you play good defense with resistance, you'll get a guy to miss some shots, and we're able to do that.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, keep in mind, the brother started out 11 for 13. He ended the game, I believe, 19 for 31. So that's 8 of his last 18. Still decent, but you could see that they definitely they ratcheted up the intensity of their defense as the game went along. They finally started to play finals-level basketball.
At times throughout that third and fourth quarter and in overtime as well. So we got to come out, next game and have more resistance against him to start the game. But I think in that, that second half, we were much better defensively against him. He's, still going to make some shots. That's why he is who he is. But, some of them, if you play great defense, you can live with. You can't really live with the ones we gave up in the first half.
Marcus in the middle.
Steph, when the game is getting chippy and edgy and you've got Draymond on your side, he's hyped, what is that like to watch him in this, lather and doing his emotional dominance thing?
Making an ass of his damn self. Look, Draymond, he's one of these guys that you got to babysit. He reminds me a lot of Dennis Rodman. The difference is that Draymond is a little bit more mentally stable than Dennis Rodman was. Slightly. He's crazy in a different way from Rodman. But Rodman would try not to transgress Jordan, especially in playoff games. You never saw Rodman get kicked out of playoff games. Regular season, he would have his fun. Draymond is actually a danger of getting kicked out of playoff games because he goes too far.
It's empowering. All the way around. Once again, glad he's on my team.
Appreciate that.
Smart answer.
Next question in the back there, on the back right.
Yeah, what is your opinion of this whole unwritten rule at the end of the game? You're not allowed to shoot at certain times. What do y'all think of that?
Look, that's been a thing as long as I've been watching the NBA. And everybody pretty much knows that rule. Now, if you decide that you're going to play all the way until the game clock runs out, then you have to be prepared for possible repercussions. To me, it's not that big a deal as long as you're taking shots from far out. I think that the bigger thing is to make sure that you have your reserves in at the end of the game. I think that teams tend to take more, they tend to be offended more by starters still in the game, up by 10 with 10 seconds left, taking mid-range jumpers or trying to go on for layups. So there's nuance to a lot of these unwritten rules. But of course, this is the finals. So if you're only up by 10 with 15 seconds left, your starters are still going to be in the game for the most part, especially if you're in overtime. So they kind of have to get over that.
If there's time on the clock and shot clock differential, whatever, just play it to the end. I won't think we would get in our feelings if somebody came down and finished out a possession and got a shot up. Obviously if they're doing some taunting or doing some crazy stuff, that's a little different. But if you're just playing the game of basketball and finishing out a possession instead of taking a turnover, I don't see any problem with that at all. Guys are out there to finish the game and play the right way, so I think that's part of playing the right way.
Last two questions on the right side and over here on the left.
Anthony Sider with The Athletic. You guys have played with Klay for so long. He's a guy that basically never gets hurt. What's your thought process?
Everybody gets hurt. Klay Thompson is just extremely well conditioned, and he has very good coordination. So it stops him from oftentimes suffering from any truly bad injuries, knock on wood. Hopefully nothing happens to him. But he's someone who tends to make sure that his body is properly aligned. And then, of course, he's in great condition. Dude never gets tired.
what's your thought process when he goes down with what looks like a potentially bad knee injury and he's in the locker room during that first quarter?
It's a bad feeling. I think for me, I threw him a deflected pass and put him in that position, so I was feeling a little type of way about it. But he obviously worried and concerned when he goes to the locker room. Hopefully, he was okay and able to come back, and that's what happened. So definitely caught a break there because it could have been worse. But hopefully he bounces back before Sunday and gets pretty close to 100% and is able to play in the series for sure.
Oh, he's definitely gonna play.
Last question.
I mean, shit, y'all should be hoping that Iguodala can come back, because if Iguodala comes back by game 2, most likely Golden State's gonna sweep.
Last question on the left side.
Yeah, Draymond, Rick Tittle with 95-7 the game. When McGee had that nice spell and Cleveland called timeout and everybody was kind of running back, you stopped JaVale in the middle of the court and it looked like you were kind of giving him some instructions. Can you share with us what you were telling him?
I was just nitpicking at something that happened on the floor. I think there's times where we're all feeling good and everybody was feeling great. He came in and had given us a good few minutes and helped us take the lead. But nonetheless, I think there's still when things need to be said. In the midst of everything that's going around, the crowd's going crazy, you still have to make those because that same play can happen again, and we need to be prepared for it. So I was just giving them a word of advice on a situation that had just happened to play before that, and also telling them great minutes, great job, and way to be ready.
Thank you.
What the fuck is Draymond Green wearing? But I forgot. He's an MK athlete anyway. Maybe this nigga think he's Two-Face or something. Like, come on. Man got half plaid slacks and half black slacks.
Draymond Green, who...
But anyway, that's it on this video pertaining to Mr. Draymond Green and Mr. Steph Curry. But anyway, peace.